the last bit, okay? I'm trying to make my lessons a bit shorter because I know we're at the end and our brains are kind of fried. Percentile ranking, 53 if you're not there already. It's actually not that bad calculating it. It's understanding what you're doing is the hard part. Okay, so let me just get there as well. So the term percentile is the same base as the term percent. Think of percent when you think of percentile. It relates to, watch this, it is out of 100, okay, when you do this. But percentiles are a little different. We're using it to organize your data. And I'm going to grab a different color. This is where it comes in. This is now we're narrowing it down. It is how, right, we're focusing on how one value compares to another value in the data set. That is what percentile rank is doing. Okay? I'm using this color. No, this color. No, this color. Okay, a percentile rank indicates the percentage of values of the given data that are lower than a given number. Okay? So if a number is said to be in the 60th percentile, I'm going to use yet a different color. This is an example. If a number is said to be in the 60th percentile, that means what? It means that 60% of the numbers in the set are below the given number. So let's put it this way, guys, plain and simple. If you get if I were to give you your test back, and I say, hey, you got a 60% on this test, but you're in the 90th percentile. You're like, wait a minute, 60%, 90th percentile, what does that mean, Mr. Dirksen? It means that your 60% you got on your test puts you in the 90th percentile, meaning 90% of students scored below you. Okay? So I'm going to use Mr. Carrington as an example. Sometimes if you get like a 70, it's actually really good, right? So if I give you that test back and you get a 70, and you're like in the 99th percentile, that means that you did pretty much better than everybody else. Okay? 99% of people scored below you. So percentile rank is not your score, it's how does your score compare to everybody else. Got it? So it's not your score, it's how does your score compare to everybody else. Height. I'm going to use height because I can talk about me. I don't want to like pick on anybody. Where would I be in terms of percentile if I talk about my height? Would I be in the higher percentile or lower percentile? Yeah, because most people in this building are shorter than me. I think Mr. Ellison is probably a little taller than me, so I lost that title. I used to be the tallest in this building. But that's what percentile does, okay, guys? You're organizing, you're comparing, okay? Keep going. You need to know alternate notations because I don't know what the province is going to do, okay? 60th percentile is the same thing as P60. It's also, watch this, it gets, I've seen PR60. They all mean the same thing. So please don't be alarmed when you see that, okay? A percentile rank indicates where a value stands with respect to another one. So many different ways to say the same thing. Like I've been trying to convey this message several times already. It can be calculated. And here's your formula. This is the one I want you to add to our study sheets right now because it's not on the formula sheet. PR, percentile rank, is B divided by N times 100. B is values lower, okay? It's the values that are lower than the one you're considering. N is total number of values. Make sure you add this to your formula, because otherwise you might get it wrong. Okay, and I want you to box in this entire thing, even the written part right here. And you need to have this note next to it. For PR, percentile rank, you have to use whole numbers. You have to use whole numbers, no decimals. And we do not use percentage. So no decimals, no percentage. Can I say that one more time if you want to rather have it this way? No decimals, no percentage. If you want it short and sweet, here it is one more time. If you do that, you're going to actually lose a full mark, not just half a mark. Because if you put a decimal, then we're thinking you don't understand. You were sleeping during my class. Okay? You don't understand percentile. Okay? Okay. Here it is, an example. If your percentile is 80th, that's often what we have. You don't have to have the letters there. You can just go 80. The percentile rank is still the same as 80th. Okay? Percentile rank, both of them are ranking. What does that mean if you're in the 80th percentile? It means that 80% of people in this case are shorter. That is what 80th percentile means, but please don't put percentage besides percentile rank. And watch this, the maximum you can ever have, the maximum, it goes from 1 to 99. The highest you can ever have is 99. Why is it impossible to have 100? Yeah, let's see. It can never be 100. Just remember that. I have a feeling that they will test you on it. Because you can't have the total, everybody being lower than you, right? Like, because you are you. You can't be part of lower. You know what I mean? Anyways, a percentile does not tell you the actual score. Again, I hope that if you're paying attention, I keep on saying it's not your score. It's not your score. It's how you compare to everybody else. What gets confusing, guys, is that scores are part of this, right? We do look at my score, but we look at how does it compare to everybody else. So keep that in mind. I'm going to skip 54 for now. I'm going to jump straight into calculating percentile rank because it's easy, 2 marks. In my opinion, it is very, very simple, easy. Go to 55. Go to 55, and let's do some basic two marker questions. You ready? The players on the senior boys' volleyball team have the following heights. So you've got a bunch of heights. Are they arranged? Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. Be careful. They're not arranged. They're all over the place. Watch this. Calculate the percentile rank. You should immediately know what we're talking about. Of the players with the following heights, then explain what your answer represents. So let's do this one. So we're going to calculate it. PR is B over N times 100. Let's figure out B. Let's figure out N. Okay, this is what I see, and I'm marking, right? It's already warm outside, and I'm marking, and a lot of times, you know what students put in for N? They add up everything, because they're thinking somehow average, right? No. Number of. How many do I have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 values. I'm considering 12 values. How many are shorter than 172? Less than 172. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about this one? No. 5, 6. 6 of these numbers are shorter than 172. Almost got to the 7, right? 6 values below 172 centimeters. Write this down like that. Okay, otherwise you're like, where did the 6 come from? And now it's just a matter of plugging in. 6 over 12 times 100. What is that going to be? 50. And I know what you're going to be tempted to do. You're going to be like, oh yeah, percentage. Don't copy this. Don't copy this. -1. You just lost a mark for having that. Because what have we been drilling all these years? Every time you multiply by 100, we told you percent. And now there's the one time where we tell you don't. So you either leave it like this, or if you like, you go 50th. But, right? Or if you want to be nerdy, if that's you, you can also do that. PR 50. Okay. And that's it. This is a special value though. It's a special value. If 50% of values are below you, what does that remind you of? The MCTs, the measures of central tendency. Which one is in the middle where 50% are below? Median? I will first say what this means. 50% of players are shorter than, we don't have a name for this player, right? Like sometimes they give you a name like Roger is 172 centimeters. In this case, we don't know, so we're just going to say are shorter than 172 centimeters. There we go. By the way, note, 50th is the median height. It's actually, if you do see 50th, you know it's the median. Okay. Okay. Can I ask you to figure out the percentile rank for someone that has a height of 190 centimeters? Go ahead and calculate that, please. Did you try this one? Okay. B, how many players are shorter than 190? 11? You counted 11? Okay. And it's still 12, right? So PR is 11 over 12 times 100. This one is probably going to get you a decimal, right? 91.6, that keeps going. You can't have that. So you're just going to say this. Go arrow or something, and you're going to say 91st or 92nd. It's up to you. You can round up, you can round down. I always round up, by the way, because think about it, you're ranking, right? So if you're 91.6, that means that if you round down to 91, you missed someone that's now somebody's higher than you, right? The 0.6 here. So I always round up, but the province accepts both. Okay? What does that mean? 92% of players are shorter or have a height less than, shorter than 190 centimeters. That's the meaning of what you just calculated. 55, we talked about that one. But I think I'll give you the official answer for it just in case. And you would just say no. Looking at the formula, B can just never be the same as N, since B represents values below a certain score. The value being considered is part of N. Okay. So PR of 10 over 10, right, times 100 is impossible. Like, you can't have all 10 be shorter than a certain score you're considering within the 10, right? Someone will be shorter or score less or something like that. 91 to 99 are possible answers. Okay, let's go to 56. Okay. Can I just make sure you understand this, okay? Sometimes a percentile rank question involves a table with a bunch of numbers, or just a bunch of numbers given. You have to figure out what B is, what N is, what not. So as you can tell here, you will have to figure out what B and what N is. But sometimes the question just flat out tells you how many people are below a certain value. So let's compare. Let's see. This one is actually an old exam question. I just changed it a little bit, but this is what they did one year. So to see if students understand what's happening. So Thomas scored 29.5 out of 40 on his test. This is the actual score, okay? He knows that out of a class of 35 students, he scored higher than 18 students that are present. State Thomas's score on the test as a percentage. In this case, you just want to go 29.5 out of 40 times 100. This is how I calculate your percentage every time. (73.75%). Is it okay to answer like this? Yeah, because it's not the percentile rank. We do 1%. We want 2 decimals, so we're good. Next, what percentile does Thomas's test place him compared to the class? You got to use this formula, right? So you figure out B. If it says he scored higher than 18 students, that means that 18 students are below, right? Right? The way it's worded, it's giving you an indication that they're giving you the number of students below. And what would N be in this case? 35, right? Because we have 35 students involved, so the total is 35. let's make sure our notes, like total number of students, 18 is below, right? Scored less than Thomas. So now we're ready to calculate our percentile rank. 18 over 35 times 100. I get 51.428. You won't leave it like that, right? So what will you say? 51st or PR 51? But you can do it that way as well with a PR in front of it, no problem. But it's one of them. Don't give me both. I'm just letting you know you can do one or the other. It's almost the median, right? Thomas is almost in the middle, right? Like not perfectly. Okay, so I want you to do 56 to 58. 56 to 58 for now, okay? Remember, we have a very short time left, so you want to practice and come across certain scenarios where you might not be 100% sure what to do, but you will figure it out, okay? Let me give you the answers to the first couple. The first one here with this table, let me just see if I get this. You're supposed to get 57. This one you're supposed to get 90. And the rest, I'll just leave that up to you.